Hello and welcome, Lynx here. We are playing A Sky Full of Stars, of course. Another episode. Apparently there's a natural phenomenon called Twilight. We all know that. There is also a movie series called that, which I have not watched. Supposedly, luckily enough. I guess. I do not know. Maybe it was good. I'm not one to say. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue with the story, right? Let's continue with the story and hopefully we get the stargazing tonight. The Twilight. It's when the sun has already set but the skies are still lit with a soft glow. It's a result of the rays of sunlight from beyond the horizon reflecting in the dust and water particles in the air and getting scattered around. There are 3 stages to twilight. First, there is civil twilight. This is when the sky is still bright. Then, next is nautical twilight, when the stars begin to emerge but it's still light enough to make out where the sky and sea meet. And the last phase. The last is astronomical twilight. At this stage, the sun's light is no longer visible, and the sky is almost completely dark. You can see the dimmest 6th magnitude star with the naked eye. Okay. Astronomical observations can only be made after astronomical twilight. Interesting. After the last traces of day fade away and true night emerges. You know what? I'm not sure about that statement about observations can be made only after the astronomical twilight. I feel like you can still observe what is going on during the day, except you are not looking at the stars. But sometimes you can still see stuff during the day, right? Well, never mind. Boop. The area in front of Mikazuki Station was abuzz with activity. A number of young school kids were out in the plaza, a sight not normally seen here. They were all here to join our event. That's nice. That's really nice. Hikari had shown up early and was lying on the counter in the cafe corner, rubbing her stomach. You don't know that. You don't know. No, it's a miracle that there is any left at all, really. Soya had brought me 1 piece of konjaku, some chikua and 1 slice of potato. That will be enough for a side dish tonight. Honoka came up to the counter with a basket full of food and drinks. All stuff for tonight. There was also stuff for event guests, so it's a pretty impressive amount. I remember that sound, oh my god. The 3 years of working in retail, man. Even though it was not like a grocery store or a market or whatever. A sports store, okay? Still, that sound. Then again, working on a register was the second best part. I absolutely hated having to walk around the store and talking, you know, it's... especially since you have to walk around. Had to walk around where I worked, right? You couldn't kind of stand in place because they would be barking at you. The first favorite part it was when I had to do something in the storage. Even though it was a sauna during the summer, it was still the best part. Because there, you are left to your own devices. Anyway, while I was busy scanning things, more and more had begun gathering. It was cold out, and there was nothing much to do, so most men they were inside. Hey. In a very formal outfit.
光。
なーにその反応、傷つく。こんばんは、たけくん。
よ、天の川。今日はよろしくな。
Takeshi was another one of our guests. Take, good timing. Can you carry some of this stuff for us? There was way too many bags for the girls to make up in the mountain without breaking their backs.
いえ、私が自分で。
ああ、いいぜ。
He grabbed the bags as if they didn't wave a thing.
ありがとうございます。
Woo!
にし、それでこそジンノさんにもアピールできるってもんだよね。
お前がなんでそれを。
He turned to look at me. But I just ignored him and took care of the next customer in line.
あきとめ。
心配しなさんなって。この私がキューピッドになってあげるから。
For to be honest, it seems like it would not be... I don't want to say that, but it would not be... as much of a challenge to maybe go out with Onoka there. Who I would actually love to have a root of, but hey, they didn't give it to us in the game. I know, I like Honoka, okay? As well.
やめろ、マジでやめてくれ。
幼馴染でしょ、遠慮すんなよ。
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that either.
遠慮じゃねえよ、見てわかんねえのか。
あったけ、いいところに。
Our teacher picked out from the back of the store and came rushing out at the sight of Takeichi.
先生、チーズ。なんすか。
あんたには貸しがあったわよね。3年生の時、あんたがおしっこ漏らしたの、みんなには黙っててやったでしょ。
You just did.
あんたおしっこ漏らしたの？え、そうなんだ。
今言っちゃったじゃん。黙ってた意味ねえじゃん。貸しって言ったら、こないだ貸したゲーム早く返してくださいよ。俺まだ途中なんだから。
カジノにハマってて進んでない。
Wait, what? I'm sorry, what?
いいからさっさとクリアしろ。
ちまちまレベル上げとかお金稼いだりとか面倒なんだもん。
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I so understand you. Like, the grinding is such a pain. Just as lazy in the game world as in the real world, I thought.
それより、今晩店番変わってくんない？あんたどうせ暇でしょ。
Takeichi turned up his nose at his former teacher begging to him. The whole you're not busy thing was a pretty low blow too on a Christmas Eve of all nights.
店番やれって母さんがうるさいのよ。顧問なんだって言っても聞いてくんなくて。あんた星なんか興味ないでしょ。お願い、この通りだから。
Oh, she's excited for this. I like that.
俺、今夜は大事な人と過ごすんで。
Do you know? Takeichi said this with a determined look on his face.
やはり私の出番か。
No.
ねえから出番。とにかく無理なんで他当たってください。
無理です。
Saya shook her head furiously as their eyes met. Those blooding eyes passed over Hikari, me, Honoka, and all the rest of the random people here, but no one offered. Or maybe Old Man Champ is there.
孝太郎。
This cash register wasn't made for pose. For you occasionally heard about dogs running those tiny cigarette shops. You shouldn't have been playing games on the job in the first place, right? That's the real reason she couldn't go out. She was grounded like a child. You'll have to work it out with the manager. I'd help. I will help.
イブの夜に娘を家に閉じ込めておこうなんて。だから今期が遅れるのよ。
She complained and hung her head. I wanted her to go stargazing with us too. But things were starting to get really busy outside the store. As just a quick glance, I counted around 20 people. Not bad. There were a few faces I recognized from school, some of the members from Nishi that lent us the tents, and then some kids from other schools. Oh, there you are, President.
やあ、空見くん、メリークリスマス受験の息抜きにね。
He looked at me with a smile on his face.
ところで、そろそろその部長というのをやめてくれないかな。今の僕はただの一回の受験生さ。
If we ever get any new members, I'll think about it. By the way, you look pretty worn out.
君も再来年になればわかるよ。
Will I? Honestly, my senior year, let's say high school, actually it was pretty easy. I don't know why. Funnily enough, I do believe the third year I had the best grades of all 3 years of high school. The year for us ended early, because we had exams, yes. I would not attend schools before exams already, because I already had the grades set. So I would study at home. And then I took I was actually in the best form at the time. I remember also cycling at the time, running, yes, despite studying for the tests. You could do so much more. Anyway, well, I hope this starts out there tonight. Put some life back in those eyes.
ありがとう。そうさせてもらうよ。
人がいっぱい。天の川さん、どこかしら。
あ、いました。ほら、あそこ。
こら、コタちゃん、そんなに吠えないの。
He probably doesn't like the crowd. What's the matter, Saya?
人が大勢いるから、コタちゃんが興奮しちゃって。
Just let him be. He'll get tired of barking soon anyway.
アキト君は来るの後になるんだよね。
Yeah, can't clock out just yet. I asked the manager to let me off early tonight. And though I still wouldn't make it in time for the start, the night was long. Go on ahead, make sure Hikari doesn't get out of hand.
任せといて。
Can we ask someone else? Someone who actually we can count on? I gave her a little wave and walked away. And then...
天の川さん。
some girl I didn't recognize was calling out to Saya.
部長さん、こんばんは。来てくれたんですね。こんばんは。
天の川さん、あなたすごいのね。
Why?
何がですか？
男子と親しげに会話をしていたじゃない。
Oh yeah, it's an all girls school.
そうですか？
These must be the girls that were using the Seisen Girls Astronomy Club as a cover for their comics club. So I invited them out to try and get into astronomy. But it looked like they came out just to admire and praise her. I guess that's just what's going to an all-girls school is like. Greetings could be heard throughout the crowd.
皆様。
5 minutes or so after everyone had gathered, Honuga called everyone's attention. And they quieted down and gave her their attention.
今夜はむつら星の会主催の天体観測会にお越しいただきありがとうございます。はじめまして、明光学院天文部部長の吉岡です。これから観測地へ向かいますが、暗いですのでくれぐれも足元に気をつけてください。それから向こうでは我々の注意を守って勝手な行動は慎むようお願いします。
All the Six Stars Club members were lined up with their hands raised so everyone knew who to listen to. There were some first years from Nishi and Moromisawa besides myself, Hikari and the others.
今夜の観測会のテーマはクリスマスイブの星空です。
Everyone got restless at the words Christmas Eve. It was the same sky as any other night, but those words seemed to add an extra layer of excitement.
星座や星の解説をさせていただくほか、私たちが試作した天体望遠鏡で肉眼では見えない天体を見ていただく予定です。
You'll also get a chance to use the telescope that we made to see parts of space you can see with your naked eye, and I think that's also something she said right now. And it was probably voiced, and so on. You could hear people muttering in disbelief when they'd heard that we made a telescope ourselves. I guess that was a natural reaction for. To the average person, it probably didn't seem like the sort of thing you could make yourself. Even we didn't think we could do it at first.
出発の前にまずはここで一つクリスマス名物の星を紹介させていただきます。北西の空をご覧ください。
Looking. Everyone turned to where Onoka was pointing.
あそこに十字に星が並んでいるのがわかりますか？
They all muttered to each other as they tried to find them. Like a cross? Those who knew or who spotted them first started helping the others out until it seemed as if everyone had found it. I think I can see it.
あれを北十字星ノーザンクロスと言います。
A voice from the crowd asked if it was the constellation Sinus.
その通り、白鳥座です。夏の星座である白鳥座はクリスマスイブのこの時間帯、頭を下へ向けて地上に突き立つように沈んでいきます。その姿が十字架に見えることからノーザンクロスと呼ぶわけです。
During the summer months, Sinus holds Alberio in its beak. But on Christmas, just around that time, it is known instead as the Northern Cross. It was named to be the opposite of the Southern Cross in the Southern Hemisphere. It's just a little special something for astronomy fans around Christmas time. I wonder if these people felt any sort of reverence when looking up at the cross in the Christmas Eve sky.
では、出発の前に注意事項を説明します。現地に着いたらライトの使用を極力控えるようにしてください。
どうしてですか？
暗さに目を慣らすためです。
Makes sense, obviously. Alright, don't let us see anything we're just suddenly thrown into the dark, but give them some time and they will adjust. How convenient is it, right? And even the opposite is true. When you come out of a long, dark tunnel, it will take your eyes some time to get used to how bright it is outside. That's true. I mean, to be fair, it is also the truth if you, like, walk out of the building into the sunny day. That's because our eyes are made to adjust to the light levels around us. Unfortunately, while they can adjust to light in 40 seconds to a minute, they take 30 minutes or more to fully adjust to the dark. Right. Interesting. I actually didn't know it took that much. This is what we call light-dark adaptation. If you want to see the stars with your own eyes, this dark adaptation is incredibly important. There is a whole world of difference in what you can see before and after your eyes have adjusted.
ライトをつけてしまうと、せっかく暗さに慣れた目が元に戻ってしまいます。
Even if you've spent half an hour getting used to the dark, if someone turns on the light, your eyes will reset in just a matter of seconds. Okay, that's not convenient at all.
暗さに慣れた目で見る星空は本当に綺麗です。ご協力をお願いします。
それじゃあ真っ暗になっちゃうんじゃないですか？
ご心配には及びません。明かりが必要な時はこちらで用意したこの赤いセロファンがついた懐中電灯を使ってください。
Honoka turned on one of the lights covered in red. And just as you expect, it gave off a red light.
なんで赤いのならいいんだ？
Red light is easy on the eyes, it doesn't bother your adjusted eyes so much.
また、吹きさらしの場所なので、夜が深まるとかなり冷え込んでくると思います。寒くなったら無理せずテントに入るか、森の向こうにある廃車両の基地へ行ってください。場所はお手元のプログラムに書いてあります。
Event programs had been prepared for everyone and handed out beforehand. by the way, I was not going to say that, but in the end I have to, like, with Onoka, that one button holding her uniform is also about to burst. It's holding onto its life so much. Nice. She's also filled with hopes and dreams. Wonderful.
勝手に行き来すると危ないんで、天文部員の誰かに声かけて連れてってもらってくださいね。
Hikari piped in for an extra comment. And I'm as well, apparently. And if you need hand warmers or anything, be sure to drop in the convenience store here to pick them up before you go. Let's go. Let's not forget to earn some cash, yeah. As soon as the words were out of my mouth, a number of people went to the store. Looks like we'd be able to make our sales goal.
それでは先に行ってますね、スラミくん。
I'll catch up with you later.
じゃあね、アキト。また後でね。
Sure thing. Keep an eye on them, okay, Take?
お
He was carrying all the stuff I asked him to, even sign Hikari stuff. As a regular on the basketball team, he definitely had some strength to him.
それでは出発します。遅れずについてきてください。
Regular? Didn't you say before he was also not playing yet, because he's a first year? Or am I not remembering correctly now? Whatever. Following Onoka, everyone made their way to our observatory. Dude, she's become a leader of this place. So nice. Let's go, Honoka. This one's from Saya. Let's leave it at read.
月もないし、空気も霞んでなくて、星がすごくよく見えるよ。
The event already kicked off, and everyone kept messaging me about it. I'm sure they are just thinking of me, but this is just making me the wait even more worse. I shoved my phone in my pocket with a sigh. There were only 30 more minutes until my shift was up. And celestial bodies were shifting all the while ever so slightly. No one's mentioned the Psonian foe. I wonder if it even works. Maybe I should have asked someone. Nah, I don't think it would help me relax, no matter what the answer is. If they were able to use it, I would feel jealous. And if they weren't and something was wrong, I definitely wouldn't be able to handle the weight. And I wouldn't really be doing my job either. I wonder what it would look like with an even larger telescope. We all had such a big, wild imaginations as kids. We talked about what we'd do if we owned the Hubble, even though there were no chance in the world that it would ever happen. Unless we make it. Even still, I thought about hooking eyepiece onto it and looking through it with my own eyes. I would even think of how hard it would be to keep posture and look through the eyepiece out in space. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, unless you would, I don't know, strap yourself to the telescope. I didn't think there was anything that the Hubble couldn't see. The Hubble was definitely an impressive telescope, but it wasn't able to see to the ends of space. It wasn't quite the ultimate telescope that I'd always dreamed it was. Even back then, the Alma was uncovering a number of mysteries of space. I just didn't realize back then that there were different kinds of telescopes, each with their strengths and weaknesses. How would our hunk of junk, Pleiades Ichigo, hold up? What in the cosmos would that big beast show us? Also, this is the first time we see it wholly, right? Huh. I mean, to be fair, if you would add the plates on those blank spaces, right? You can see the mouse cursor, of course. But yeah, if you got the plates from the top to the bottom, right? Some plates to cover that empty space, it would look pretty much like a freaking telescope, actually. Sure, it definitely is handmade, as you can see, but you know, it looks nice. Let's go. I still don't even know if we can see anything with it. We made it ourselves. Wait, I'm surprised they didn't look through it when they got it there first time, to be honest. Anyway, we made it sure ourselves all, so I'm sure it was not going to be the best quality. But that just meant it might give us a different look than what we were used to. How would it feel looking through the telescope? Would I switch from an astronomer who never looks at the stars to just a normal astronomer club member again?
あら、空見くん、まだいたの？
The manager seemed surprised to find me. What do you mean still? I could see the clock. And it clearly wasn't time to go yet, or I would like to know, but it doesn't have indicators. For some reason, as in most visual novels, why do they not have indicators? I don't know what actually hour it is.
ごめんね、気がつかなくて。
Hmm?
ミハル、ちょっと来なさい。ミハル。
There was no reply.
ったく、しょうがない子だよ。
Miss Miharu is acting as our advisor, so...
いいんだよ。うちのバカ娘のことは気にせず。
She's not dumb. She's not dumb. She said as she began fixing her apron. But I mean, I've been cutting down my hours as it is already. I'm just causing you more trouble.
子供が余計な気遣いするんじゃないよ。あんたにはいつもよく働いてもらってるんだから。さあ、行った行った。
Thanks so much. I'll head right out then.
はいよ。気をつけていくんだよ。
And so I made my way out a little earlier than expected, all the while feeling a little bad for our teacher. The skies were just as clear as Saya's text said. It couldn't have been a more perfect night for stargazing.
じゃあ次は冬のダイヤモンドをたどってみましょう。オリオン座の右下の星リゲル、そこから冬の大三角のシリウス、プロキオンとつなぎ双子座のポルックスをたどって。
Then if you follow... Oh, it's him saying still again, okay. So it was voiced already. And, yeah. Keisuke from Murumisawa Technical knew a lot about the positions of the constellations. And his absolute love of astronomy really came through in the way that he spoke, and captured all our guests' attentions. He's even captured my attention. Yes, I made it already.
一等星、二等星という言葉を聞いたことがあると思います。
I think?
星の明るさを表す言葉ですが、最も明るい星を一等星、肉眼で見えるギリギリ暗い星を六等星としています。
That's right. You already said what is written here. 6. Okay, so it's 1 to 6. Got it.
六等星までの星の数はおよそ8600個。全点で合わせて目に見える星が8600個あるってことです。そのうち一等星は21個しかありません。
Oh. Only 21. Okay.
そのたった21個のうち7つの一等星が冬の空に輝いています。
Gotcha. Pulled in by Keisuke's explanation, I turned my now adjusted eyes to the skies and took in the beauty of the stars of winter. Sirius, Betelgeuse, Procyon, Rigel, Pollux, Capella, Aldebaran. But not just the well-known first magnitude stars either. The skies were littered with stars of all brightness and colors. They were both beautiful and overwhelming.
どうですか？冬の星空は華やかでしょ？
これだから冬の星見はやめられないんだよね。
Hikari had come up beside me as I stared off into space, listening to Keisuke speak from afar.
最初の頃はなんでこんな寒い季節にわざわざ星なんか見るんだって言ってたけどね。
I don't think you did. Or maybe. Whatever. We all laughed thinking back on those days. We didn't even know that you could see different stars in different seasons back then.
一度すごく星が綺麗な夜があったよね。あったね。あれ、何だったんだろうね。
It was one night after the three of us had been out a few times before.
もう帰ろうよ。
Yeah, let's go! There was no big show going on in the skies, and the day-to-day changes were hardly noticeable. I had grown sick of watching the skies day after day. Plus, I was frozen right down to the bone and couldn't really take it anymore, but then it appeared overhead. Huh? We had been so busy watching our footing that we hadn't really even checked the skies on our way up. But then, up there, with our eyes fully adjusted, we saw the brightest starlight sky we had ever seen. Amazing. We couldn't help staring upwards, mouths agape. It was like the stars were exponentially brighter than usual, lighting up the whole sky. The whole sky seemed like some grand illusion. I trembled, not from the cold, but because of a strange fear that rose up inside of me. Yeah. We huddled together to stay warm and continue watching the skies. Either the conditions were just unimaginably perfect that night, or we were so worn out from that climb and the cold that our senses were unusually sharp. Even though I still didn't really understand it. But ever since that day, whether we know it or not, we continue to try and find that sky once more. Once more. What do you mean? What do you mean? Wasn't I there already? What? What? I thought I was there already. What is going on? I already sent a bunch of texts, but still no reply. It looked like Hikari was getting sulky for the same reason. Cassowary.
もう少々お待ちください。まだメンバーが揃っていませんので。
Onika was busy taking care of her guests. Nerue from Nishikaya seemed to be growing impatient for.
ねえ、もう始めちゃわない？そんなのダメよ。全員揃ってからじゃないと。でも来ないじゃん。
そうですね。ドブソニアン目当てに来ている人もいるので、あまり待たせすぎるわけには。
Keisuke gave a wonderful explanation of the constellations and other stars, but people seemed to be growing a little restless at the unchanging skies.
電話に出てくれません。
Oh, okay, I get why, obviously. And you should not be using a phone right now as well, or your eyes will not be adjusted.
どうしたんだろう、アキに。
He should have been here already, and everyone was getting a little worried. Hikari, still next to me, spoke up. Ah, we are on Saya's perspective. Ugh.
あいつ、ちゃんと来るかな。どうして？来るよ。だって楽しみにしてたじゃない。うん。でも。
I checked my phone again, but he still hadn't texted me back. Meanwhile... Gee, would everyone just give me a break here? My phone kept buzzing non-stop. I just left it be and continued my climb up the slope. I could hear people's voices carried over on the wind. It sounded like they were having a good time. Hey? Hey? Hey! I thought I'd heard some demonic mumbling in the darkness, and it turned out to be Takeichi. He was sitting in the dark with his arms around his knees, looking at the ground instead of the stars above. Hey, what's up, Take?
そっとしといてくれ。
Okay. He could be kind of pained, so I figured I'd just let him be. I guess it did not work out with Narue for him. Anyway, after I walked ahead a bit further, I could see all the main members of the Six Stars Club gathered in a circle. They seemed like they were discussing something serious. Did something happen? Hey! Huh? Everyone looked at me with such joy and surprise, but I had no idea what was going on.
遅いっつーの。
でも無事でよかったです。
Wait, safely? What?
連絡しても繋がらないから、てっきり夜道で何かあったのかと。途中でダムもありますし、あそこ夜中は幽霊が出るとか。
出るよ。引きずり込まれるってお母さんが言ってた。
So you all gather up like that because you were worried about me. I said it jokingly, but no one seemed to share my attitude. What? They stared silently. Sorry to worry you, but as you can see, I'm fine.
遅かったね。何してたの？
The stars were just so nice I couldn't help but look at them while I walked. I guess my pace was a bit slower than I thought.
なんで返事返さないのよ。
And looked at my phone after my eyes had finally adjusted. No way! Everyone let out a deep sigh. I guess they weren't kidding. They were actually worried about me. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I figured I might as well apologize once more. Everyone was upset I hadn't responded, but they didn't yell. I guess they were Astronomy Club members too and could understand my reasoning. I gave Hikari a quick elbow. Hey, Hikari, what did you do to Take?
何って何もしてないわよ。
Come on, I saw him sitting like a zombie out there on my way up.
あれね。光のせいじゃないよ。
What did you do, Saya? Saya signaled my attention with her eyes.
先輩、撮影の方どうします？
しばらくこっち忙しいからカメラ好きに使っていいよ。
やった。
It looked like Narue and that first year were getting along pretty well. I'd always assumed they were close, but... Ah, I see! I guess she had a boyfriend! That must be what set Takaichi off.
私が出て行くまでもなかったわ。
Rest in peace, Take. It's probably best that it went down this way anyway. Anyway, the skies are really nice, really clear tonight, huh? Reminds me of way back when. You remember that night here, right? When the stars looked more beautiful than ever? What? Saya and Hikari gave each other weird looks. What?
別に
Don't he mean? What? They sure seemed happy about something.
全員揃いましたし、遅くなりましたが始めましょうか。そうですわね。
Wait, what are we starting? I had one of tonight's programs and I was sure there was something set to start at this time.
何ってそんなの決まってます。
She turned around as she spoke.
ファーストライトですわ。
What? You still haven't started? It should have started an hour after everyone had got here.
あんたが来ないから始められなかったんでしょうが。
Nerue seemed a little irked. But wait, I told you to start without me! I definitely told them not to wait. I had still been at work when the first light had been scheduled to start.
やっぱりみんな揃ってやりたいじゃないですか。え？
If I had known, I would have made my way up here a lot faster.
皆様、長らくお待たせいたしました。これより私たちが自作した天体望遠鏡
プレアデス1号のファーストライトを始めます。
Everyone gathered to her call.
空見さん、いいですか？
Yeah. Keisuke and I pulled off the sheet we used to cover it this afternoon. The steel frame of the telescope cast its silhouette against the starry sky. The crowd was abuzz with talk at the strange sight of it. Hmm?
あれが天体望遠鏡なの？
I heard a lot of people say that it looked like a cannon, just like Corona.
初めて目にする皆様が驚かれるのも無理はありません。しかしこの子はれっきとした天体望遠鏡ですわ。
Does it work for? That's the question.
ロブソニアンという種類の自作望遠鏡です。レンズではない鏡を利用した反射望遠鏡でとてもシンプルな構造をしています。
Let's not go that far with simple. There was an explanation of how it was built in the pamphlet, so some people probably already knew.
鏡頭はこのように省略し、このフレームの部分には自転車のホイールと鉄パイプを組み合わせ、課題も廃材を再利用。試供は
Wow, I mean, I didn't know that. We knew that. Honoka looked at Orihime.
何でしたっけ？
I love the fact that they are playing around us along as well.
何だったかしら。
Neru and Keisuke kind of tilted their heads to the side.
ね何だったかな？
Corona looked over to me for help. Hikari and I then looked to Saya, and soon enough all eyes were on her. Saya winced but still answered.
Ancient Evil Eye.
Everyone seemed a little surprised at the lame name, but Honoka just continued as if nothing happened.
と名付けられたガラスを磨いて制作しました。
That's right, let's bully her with that.
なんで私に言わせるの？っていうかいる？今の説明必要だった？
Yes, stop complaining.
要するにほとんどのパーツが廃材の再利用によって賄われているのです。エコロジーですわ。本日の観測会はこのプレアデス1号のファーストライト、つまり初めてこの天体望遠鏡で星の光を見てみることが真の目的なのです。それではファーストライト開始。
At Orihime's command, everyone sprang into action. Not that it was any kind of exciting sort of action. First, the parts were re-examined and the optical axis was adjusted as necessary. Then we set on the target and began our search for it.
まずは何がいいかしら。
今の時間だと。
ここはやっぱクリスマスツリー星団でしょ。
どこにあるのでしょう。
一角十座のそばだから。
Once our target was set, we just had to aim the finder scope at it. The Sonyas also need finder scope. Why did I say finder? Fuck. Finder scopes, so I pulled the finder of my telescope and attached it to the Pleiades one. Once the finder was fixed, we just had to adjust the focus of the eyepiece. It was a Newtonian telescope, so the eyepiece was in front of the lens barrel. The Sonyas were so big they depending on the angle, you would need to climb up to see through it.
まず誰から見るの？
そんなの決まってますわ。
Everyone looked at me. Wait, why me? What?
この望遠鏡制作に携わった人の中で一番の功労者にファーストライトの栄誉をと思いまして。
She's so nice. Come on, I didn't really. I was hoping someone else would step in to take the credit, but no one did.
アキに早く。
Kurene pulled me over to the telescope.
さあ、どうぞですわ。空見くん、どうぞ。
え？
早くしなよ。後が使えてるんだよ。
They weren't gonna let me say no. So I just went through with it and climbed up. Okay, fine. This is what I had been looking forward to. I felt bad that the first look was going to be taken by me, the astronomer who never looks at the stars. But really, I was quite thrilled. Here goes. The eyepiece was right in front of me. And on the other end of that, space itself. Space as it cannot be seen from this telescope.
どうぞ。早く早く。
Yeah. I went to look through but then froze up.
どうしたの？
何かトラブルですか？
I climbed back down without saying a word. Yeah, I really think someone else should go first. Yeah.
どうして？
Everyone, Sixers Club members and other guests alike, watched me with puzzled expressions. I just laughed off and headed to the end of the line. I guess everyone just sort of gave up after that, and they picked a new order instead. People made their way in and out of the train car to warm up. I believe some water on the portable stove top and made some instant noodles. That would be dinner for our guests. Besides, you can't stay warm without some food in your stomach. Food's ready! Two girls came up and each took a cup. Careful, it's really hot!
ありがとうございます。ああ、暖かい。
The girl held the warm styrofoam cup with both hands to warm herself up. She was pretty cute. Enjoying the stars tonight?
はい。星ってこんなに綺麗なんですね。今日来てみてよかったです。
She said that with a smile and headed back inside with her friend. All our guests were friends and acquaintances of the Six Stars Club members. If any of them started to have any interest in astronomy at all, the event would be considered a success. Hey? I turned my head to the sound of familiar bark.
見ちゃった。
Miss Miharu.
よその女の子にデレデレしてるとこ見ちゃったわ。これはさやたちにチクらないとな。
Honestly, I don't care about Saya. How many times do I have to repeat that? She laughed an evil sort of laugh as she made her way onto the platform with Kotaro. I was in no mood for jokes and just sighed. Why are you here anyway? How had she convinced the manager to let her out?
小太郎の散歩だって言って出てきた。嘘はついてないもん。
It went pretty far, didn't you? Yeah, I see, alright. She really was a kid. Kotaro seemed really worked up about being someplace new, so I pet him to calm him down. You sure are warm, hey?
へえ、こんなのが残ってたんだね。
She looked around the train car, illuminated in the starlight.
ここがあんたたちの？
Yeah, it was our secret observatory.
教師時代に知ってたら出入りを禁止にしてたところだわ。
Yeah, we figured as much, that's why we kept it a secret.
これだからガキどもは油断ならないのよ。でもそっか。こんなところであんたたちはいつも星を見てたんだね。いいところね。
She laughed and it really brought back memories. You want some?
お、いいね。観測会っつったらカップ麺だよね。
I poured some of the boiled water into another noodle cup for her. Here, this is for you. I opened up one of the packages of sandwiches and let Kotaro have it.
いただきます。
I'm not sure if that's instant, you know.
いいのいいの。ちょっと硬いのがうまいんだから。
No, they aren't. She said as she started slapping up the only partially boiled noodles.
これよこれ。懐かしい味だわ。
She's best girl, okay? She's best girl. She watched me as I watched Kotaro devour his sandwich.
大丈夫かい？
I was going to try and avoid her question, but decided not to. I guess she could already tell. Yeah, I'm really a wimp. I guess I just never realized how much of a wimp I am. She didn't seem to have the right words for the moment, so just focused on her noodles. She must have crossed paths with Hikari and the others before coming here, and probably heard the story. So she knows why I'm sulking around over here.
聞いたよ、ほうき星のこと。またすぐにいなくなっちゃうんだってね。ほんと忙しい子だね。
She had been laughing, but one look at my face cut her laughter short. I could tell without even looking straight at her that she was trying desperately to find something to say. She was worried about what she could even say to me. She was always like that, getting too caught up in things. It's probably why she wasn't cut out to be a teacher. But it was also what made me like her as a teacher too. Not as a person too. I thought it might be okay. But as soon as I realized I was about to set my eyes on the stars, I just got scared all of a sudden. Before I knew it, I had stepped down from the telescope. I figured it'd be a problem to start with, I actually could have had the day off of work. But I didn't take it on purpose. I'd want the event to start without me. I'd wanted everyone to have their fun and then show up when things were settling down, maybe just take a quick peek through the Playa del Ichigo. The whole reason I took so long getting here after work was kind of on purpose too.
前に言ってたじゃない。星を見てると不安になるって。あれ、ちょっとわかるわ。
Her eyes drew a little tighter, looking almost sad.
星に手は届かない。子供の頃はさ、いざとなったら空だって飛べるって思ってたりしたわよね。そう思っていれば平気で渡れる吊り橋も、実は翼なんてないって気がついちゃったら、足が震えて一歩も前へ進めなくなる。星に手は届かない。それに気づいてしまったら、夜空を見上げるのさえ怖くなる。
But once you set your eyes on that beautiful, expansive sky, you recognize the overwhelming void that stands between it and you.
別に宇宙へ行きたいわけじゃない。実際に手に触れたいわけじゃない。でしょ
？Yeah. I never wanted to be an astronaut or anything like that. What I was after was more fantastical, something that didn't really exist anywhere but in stories. That's exactly why it was so frustrating.
どんなに望んでも結局は手が届かない遠い場所。でもね。
She looked up to the sky so suddenly that I couldn't help but follow her gaze. The brilliance of the winter stars showered down on me.
光は届いてるよ。だから見えるんだ。
The light made the journey. Miss Hikari nodded.
どんなに遠くても、どんなに時間がかかっても、星が光を放つ限り、私たちはその存在をこうして感じることができる。だからあの星たちは空想でもおとぎ話でもないんだよ。
She squinted her eyes a bit, giving those stars a good long look. As if she was looking over someplace far away and up in the sky.
あんたの光は今、手の届く場所にいるじゃないか。
You mean yourself? My own star? Kotaru's ears suddenly perked up, and he started barking. And right at the same time, a girl came running out of the woods. Her hair flying like a twin-tailed comet, she came running up on the platform. What's the matter?
プレアデス1号が変なの。
Hey? What?
急に焦点が合わなくなって、それで。
She got me. Wait, I didn't read this. She was exasperated and out of breath, which made her explanation broken and rushed. She got me all worked up too, and before I knew it, I was on my feet. Can you watch over things here?
はいよ。
Domo, thank you. I ran out, leaving the gasping Hikari behind as I ran through the woods. Once I made it there, everyone was gathered around the telescope with gloomy looks on their faces. Our guests all stood at a distance watching them.
なんかしらけるね。
I made my way through the crowd.
秋田くん。
Hikari filled me in. I wasted no time getting up to check out the mirror box. It might be deserted because of the cold, but expands when warm and contracts when cold. Your normal store-bought telescope would be equipped with low expansion glass, but ours was made with glass from a decoration. It was also a whopping 40 centimeters in diameter, which was even more susceptible to this kind of thing. Left out here in the cold, I wouldn't have been surprised if it had contracted. You know what? I need to... Speaking of it being cold, I need to open the window. Because here... It's not. Doesn't look cracked or anything. As far as I could tell, there didn't seem to be any problem I could point out just by looking. Maybe the optical axis is off.
いえ、それは確かめましたが、ずれていませんでした。
Then what?
焦点が合わず像がぼやけてしまうのよ。
I stood up on the mound. Oh, are they playing you? Are they playing you? Here, someone hold this thing.
任せて。
Are they playing you to look? Corona came out and supported the frame so it didn't move. But then again, I mean, I don't think the ones not in the club would understand, so they probably wouldn't play along, right? Anyway, I looked through the eyepiece. All I could see through it was a blurry, incoherent mess. It's like it's way out of focus. The most likely explanation was distortion due to the change in temperature. It looked like using normal glass was really a bad idea after all. I worked on adjusting the focus a bit. I would have played as each go wasn't quite as easy to put in focus as a retail telescope for. Something started to come through. The bright blur slowly turned to something smaller and more pointed, but...
どう？今いいところですわ。
You little punks! I saw it. Everything came into focus, and the expanses of space stood right before my eyes. The faint sparkling light of countless stars came shining through. They played him. They so played him. This celestial body. This was a Christmas cluster. Tree cluster. I couldn't help but speak out loud.
メリークリスマスですわ。
You punk.
メリークリスマス。秋にメリークリスマス。
I stood up there dumbfounded, looking back at everyone. Everyone's worn, solemn faces were suddenly lit with smiles and smirks.
ドッキリ大成功だね。
Still not quite getting what was going on, I turned towards Hikari. Hikari stood together with Saya, gesturing sorry to me. You punks. I'll have my vengeance. Then I realized that it wasn't just the Sixers club members, but the other guests were laughing too. Even the person who was complaining about being bored moments ago. Was everyone in on this?
ごめん。 こうでもしないと見てくれないと思って。どうかな。プレアデス1号で見る空は。
It was. How was it? I was so focused on fixing whatever was wrong that I didn't even give it any thought. I had even forgotten how I ran away from the whole thing a short while ago. How did it feel when I focused in on the brilliance of the skies?
綺麗だったでしょ?
No. It wasn't anything special, I guess. Everyone looked disappointed at my response. The Christmas tree cluster I saw in my book as a kid was much more colorful. The pale skies you see through a telescope are nothing compared to photographs. Plus, our player's issue didn't provide the best image quality, so everything blurred together. But it was still kind of exciting. I played back that feeling from moments ago. Oh. Cutscene. Like I could reach the stars.
Hikari!
Are you happy now? Feeling kind of embarrassed standing out in front of everyone, I stepped down, but Urihime stood in my way. She crossed her arms over her voluptuous bosom.
そうはさせませんわ。あなたには心ゆくまで天体を堪能していただきます。
Hey, no, really, I've seen enough already, yeah.
アキト、
Hikari came up and grabbed my hand.
私たちここにいるよ。不安は
Okay, see, I don't care, Saya. Everyone gave me encouraging looks, even if they didn't really seem interested, like Narue. All I wanted to do was run immediately away from this embarrassment, but Urihime didn't look like she'd let up.
むつら星の会の目的をお忘れかしら?
To spread the interest in Astronomy to more people, right, and expand the field itself, or something. Urihime's face lit up in agreement.
あなたみたいな天文大好きっ子を逃すわけにはいきません。
She puffed out her chest proudly. But the closer I looked, the more I could see a bit of uncertainty creeping through her expression. I could see right through her bluff. She played tough to try and get me to stay there. That's just how kind she was. It suddenly brought back memories. Stargazing brings out the kinder side in people. If only everyone could feel that small bit of light from deep in space, I'm sure the world would be a more peaceful place. I want you to remember that faint light. Grow up to be a kind person who sees that light that others cannot. That's what my father said to me when he brought me this telescope. But shining light might have been you, Hikari. When was that again? Oh, it was the first time Hikari and I used the telescope together. I had thought my telescope was broken, but Hikari learned how to fix it from Miss Mikaru, and the skies were beautiful that night. This night felt like I was reliving that night with Hikari. I sighed in defeat. If you insist.
やったー！そう来なくちゃ。
Saya, as always, has nothing to actually say.
ここにいるみんなはもう存分に楽しんだ後ですから、心置きなく銀河旅行を堪能してくださいな。
I'll just do that then. Hikari, can you help me out? I'll say, Hikari, Corona, can you help me out?
任せといて。コロナも。
Let's go, that's what I asked, Corona. Thank you, girls. And with that, I took a journey through the space. Player the Ichigo didn't provide the best quality images or anything, but it was beautiful nevertheless. And I knew that it was all just light shining through from across the void of space. It was this telescope that we made with our own hands that brought them closer to me. It was our second set of eyes. That big that big piece of junk, the Ancient One's evil eye, had been transformed into the primary mirror of our planet Ichigo. And now it captured light from far off in space for us to see. This unsightly collection of junk was our ship to the stars. And now me and my steadfast crew were ready for our journey. Finally home. Back home in the skies. And I wandered off into the endless expanse of it. Huh.
やっぱりここにいた。
I stopped gazing upwards and peeked over the side from on top of the car to see who was there.
ねえ、そんなとこで何してんの？プレアデス1号でどこまで倍率上げられるか試してみようって言ってるんだけど。
I'm fine here. I can see plenty already. I answered simply and turned my eyes up again. And then...
よっと。ねえ、ちょっと見てないで手貸してよ。
I gave in and helped pull her up. And of course Saya was right behind her, unfortunately. Don't go falling or anything.
Saya!
She fell. Saya finally made her way up and Hikari patted down her rusted clothes. Gee, I was just starting to enjoy myself up here.
いい気分を独り占めは良くないよ。ねえ、さや。
I mean, I don't mind if Hikari is around, but you know. God damn it. Sam came close and sat next to me.
仲間外れは嫌だよ。
Why not? That's not what I was doing. I was just enjoying some alone time, not leaving anyone out of anything.
さやばっかずるい。
Don't worry, she's not winning anything. Yeah. Hey, watch it.
へへ。
Hikari followed Saya's lead and sat on the opposite side, leaning against me. Gee, Hikari. I guess they didn't really see me as a guy, but just a friend. Still, I'd want to say that out loud and have them treat me different, or have things get awkwardly silent or something. Plus, it wasn't so bad.
何見てたの？
If I just came out and said it, it probably wouldn't have been so fun, so I kept silent.
わかった。サンタクロースだ。いるの？
She started looking around for him. Of course not. Besides, even if Santa was real, he'd have to move around so fast that you wouldn't even be able to see him. You can see that faint light, right?
淡い光？オリオン大星雲？
Under the 3 stars of Orion's belt are 3 small stars in a straight line, the center of which is M42, the Orion Nebula. It's a diffuse nebula that spans about 30 light years. If you look hard enough, even with the naked eye, you can see the nebula's haze. Nah, I already saw that. I used play this Ichigo to check that one out. It was definitely a sight to behold. It's something fainter, something you can't even see with a telescope.
もっと淡くて望遠鏡じゃ見られない天体？
No, why would you... No. I hate this. You were the hint down, so it's right there in front of you. He had just been staring blankly at the sky, but suddenly looked like she had something.
もしかして天の川？
Eh? I know that her last name is the same as the Japanese word for the Milky Way. Could the script try to force her route anymore? It's so ridiculous. You can just barely make it out, right? So I worked hard to focus her eyes up on the sky. It was fainter than it would have been during the summer. It was a light you definitely couldn't see from the city, and even out in a relatively small town like this, it was a pretty rare sight.
あれかな？
It was growing late, and the lights in town were dying down, so you could see the faint glow of it rising up between the stars. So even with your eyes adjusted to the dark, it would be hard to pick out if you didn't know what to look for. But when you did manage to spot it, it was really something special. It was a really peaceful sort of feeling out there on that cold winter night.
昔はさ、もっと見えてた気がする。
Yeah, it's because the town has grown a bit bigger. The stars up above slowly lost out to the growing expanse of light from the surface of the earth.
いつか見えなくなっちゃうのかな。
Sadly.
ちょっと寂しいね。
She said that seemingly cold as she hugged her knees. Everything kept changing. Yeah, it kinda sucks, that's true, that it's changing like that. I know, I'm a weirdo who goes running, and while running, you know, and when I face forward, I like to observe the sky somehow, without like lifting the head up, right? So, you know, I don't know, I have like a pretty big field of vision basically, so I can see it. And yeah, you see less and less of stars. Anyway. Yeah, because I'm running pretty late, okay, that's why. Anyway, the town, the people, even the stars in the sky. We might have lost even more than we had ever noticed. I mean, it is pretty much 10 in the evening, right? And I'm running then. So, right, anyway. This game makes me want to go stargazing for. As I grew silent, the two of them exchanged looks with each other.
せーの。さっきはごめんなさい。
Huh?
騙すような真似して。
Oh yeah, I'm not going to forgive you that. No, it's fine, you said yourself, I probably wouldn't have even used the plate at Ichigo if you hadn't done all that. I was embarrassed, but kind of glad too.
一応言っておくと、あの作戦考えたのはサヤだからね。
Can you stop forcing her on me as well? I'm not forgiving her for that.
光が裏切った。
Unforgivable. We are not friends anymore. So I looked pretty worked up.
だってアキト君、自分のことになるとすぐ抱え込んで人に頼ろうとしなくなるもん。
Oh, I have such a rough comment in my mind right now. Ugh. Do I say it or not? I want to say it so much. I want to say, do I say it? I'm gonna say it. What if it's because you are of no help actually, so... Anyway.
でも人のことだと逆に頑張っちゃうの知ってるから。そうそう。そういうアキトの性格を逆手に取った作戦をサヤが考えたんだよ。光怒るよ。キャー！サヤが怒った。怖いよ。
Except it's not at all.
もう光。
They fought each other while I was stuck between them. I guess they really knew a thing or two about me. Maybe.
でもよかった。アキト君がまた苦しくならなかった。
She asked this pretty sincerely. Partway through, yeah. I figured I better be honest. After looking through it for a while, I suddenly got all nervous, like I was about to lose my footing or something. Even now, my legs still feel shaky. That's why I came up here alone. Just wandering around space through that telescope. Before I lost it, I was far into the unknown without any sense of how to get back, and it just kind of set me off. Normally, I would have just taken off right then and there, but I couldn't do that. Not tonight. Hikari and Saya were here tonight, along with all the members of the Six Stars Club. Plus our handmaid, player Ichigo, was here. Anyway, during my deep space fight with my own fears, I saw some light ahead. That's when my dad's words came echoing through my ears again.
暗闇を恐れることはない。夜の闇が暗いほど、星はまばゆく輝くのだから。
shining stars are like signposts, showing us there is something way out there. As long as follow the light of the stars, you're bound to get somewhere. These shining stars are what gives off true light, after all.
Hikari.
They had somewhat confused looks on their faces as they listened. Anyway, I got all stressed out, but having you all here helped me overcome it.
そうなんだ。よかった。
Especially you, Hikari.
よかった。
Hikari, you'll be back in the area, right?
多分。
Don't taboo me.
長くなっちゃう可能性はあるけど、ずっと向こうってわけじゃないはずだよ。
Hearing that made me smile. You really are like a bright shooting star, you know. Dazzling as she went by, vanishing only to maybe come back again some other time. And causing a ruckus every time she appeared. I guess I can wait a year. I've already waited for... Let's watch the sights together again when you come back.
秋と。じゃあ、天文部はやめないの？
No, I am. I will be rejoining in a year.
さやに聞いた。観測会がうまくいったら、天文部をやめるつもり。
Dude, Saya is such a blabbermouth. I gave a small chuckle. Nah, I'm not gonna quit. How could I quit something this interesting? Hikari seemed relieved. No matter how hard we tried, I don't think we could ever hide who really we were. I love stargazing and I loved hanging around with these people. Like Hikari, Korona, Orihime, Onoka, Norue, Mahi, you know, our sensei. Anyway, let's continue our galactic journey. There's still plenty of space to explore.
行こう。
The Mikazuki Astronomy Club might be gone, but we still had the Six Stars Club. As of that night, our journey to the stars was once again on the move. Oh yeah, this was originally by Pultop, that's true. Movie novel brought it to us. English speakers. Winter Diamond, watch the second opening movie. Wait, we are still in like the opening of the game? There is so much more? I don't even know how much more. To be fair, I still don't have the achievement for watch 40% of the cutscenes, for example. So, yeah, seems like we are far away from reaching any kind of ending. However, we are very close of reaching the ending of this episode. We're going to end it right here, right now. Something called Red Matter is apparently on sale on Steam, according to my Steam notification, which is so annoying. That notifications from Steam app, not gonna lie, on the phone. Like, it pops out, I don't know, 10 to 15 times a day. Also, it's a VR game. I don't have VR. I don't even have a PC that could handle VR, by the way. So, yeah, there is also that. Yeah, honestly, this game, I mean, maybe it makes sense because, you know, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it makes sense because childhood friends and so on, but Saya, he feels so forced. It's crazy. To me, it's a forced person. And, dude, I don't like shy characters so much. They are just not dateable for me, kind of. And then you will say, what about Sunrider and Sola? Sola was different. Okay? She might not have been my favorite, but she was different. There can be exceptions from the rules, okay? And over here, Saya is not an exception from the rule, okay? She's not dateable to me. Anyway, because the roots and so on. From the first intro, maybe it wasn't so obvious. From this one, it was pretty obvious. Who do we get as characters who you can get a root of? We'll see who will go and who will not go. Let's see the global stats. Let's see. Well, let's say I'm not after the character that for some reason is the most chosen by previous people who played the game. But whatever. Anyway, let's cut it right here because I'm going into the spiel mode again for some reason. And I don't really want to. Don't really have much to say to that. I mean, it was nice. It was tricky how they played him into watching through the Dobsonian of their own make, but it's good that they make it like that, I guess. I wonder if Hikari looked through there. I mean, she was there, so maybe she did. Would be cool. With that being said, let's end the episode. If you enjoyed, consider liking the video. Subscribe if you're fresh to the channel. Especially, you know, especially if you're fresh to the channel, actually. Maybe there is no other way you could subscribe again, sadly enough. But yeah, if you're new, subscribe. We are going to play a sky full of stars. Fully. Completely, okay? Despite the fact that maybe I don't want to check one of the routes, but we'll check it out as well, eventually. And what else? I mean, obviously there will be more games after that. Maybe during that, it really depends if I can somehow master myself to record more than one episode during the day. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram also in the description if you're into that stuff. You can follow me there as well. And with that being said, hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you'll join me tomorrow too. Bye bye.